Mr. Men, Little Miss, at the Café. Little Miss Chatterbox was at her happiest when she was surrounded by people she could chat to. And so when she had the idea of opening a cafe, she wished she had done it sooner. There was nothing she enjoyed more than passing from table to table, chatting with her customers. And because she was such a friendly host, Chatterbox Cafe became very popular. However, it had not been all so easy at the start. She had employed Mr. Worry to run the kitchen. It was hot and busy in the kitchen. The waiters bustled to and fro through the swing doors as the chefs baked the cakes and made the sandwiches. It was not a place for Mr. Worry. He didn't last a day. Little Miss Chatterbox needed someone more like Little Miss Bossy to cope in the cafe kitchen. She naturally took charge of all the chefs, and the kitchen ran in a very orderly manner, producing wonderful food for the customers, like Mr. Perfect's perfect peach pastry. Little Miss Chatterbox was so busy chatting to everyone, she hired some waiters to help serve food and drinks. Mr. Forgetful did not last long. Which wasn't, as I'm sure you are imagining, because he was unable to remember anyone's order. It was because he forgot he had a job. Mr. Rude didn't last long either. No surprises there. And you never knew what might be served when it was Little Miss Dotty's shift. Everyone's favorite waiter was Mr. Happy. Service with a smile. Little Miss Chatterbox had all sorts of customers at Chatterbox Cafe. She never knew who might pop in next. One day, she might get to see the latest addition to Little Miss Splendid's hat collection. "What a wonderful new hat!" exclaimed Little Miss Chatterbox. "It's marvelous! Such a complimentary color. It sets off your hair perfectly. You must tell me where you bought it." Little Miss Splendid glowed with pride. Or on another day, it might be Little Miss Giggles. "Good morning, Little Miss Giggles," cried Little Miss Chatterbox. "What a pleasure to see you in my lovely cafe, where we have a menu which cannot fail but please you. Chef has gone to the utmost trouble to create meals that will make your taste buds tingle, a veritable feast for the eyes. What would you like to order?" Banana split," said Little Miss Giggles, and then she burst into a fit of the giggles. "What an infectious giggle," giggled Little Miss Chatterbox, as laughter erupted around them. Little Miss Giggles giggled with pride. Every day, Little Miss Chatterbox would get to chat to her best customer, Mr. Greedy. Mr. Greedy, who ordered and then ate everything on the menu. Little Miss Chatterbox especially liked Mr. Greedy. They were a perfect match, because Mr. Greedy's mouth was always too full to speak, so Little Miss Chatterbox could happily chat away uninterrupted. "What an impressive appetite!" began Little Miss Chatterbox, and Mr. Greedy chewed with pride. Sometimes there were some quite extraordinary customers at the cafe, like the time Mr. Silly visited with his pet elephant, which even left Little Miss Chatterbox speechless. For a moment. The waiters had their favorite customers, and not so favorite customers. Mr. Grumpy's complaining tested even Mr. Calm's patience. "My soup is cold." Although, you would never have known it, Mr. Calm was a true professional. The waiters never knew what strange requests they might get. Little Miss Scatterbrain ordered cherry pie with chicken gravy and a side of cornflakes, and Mr. Nonsense had a tomato soup sandwich, not the easiest thing to eat. Things did not always run so smoothly. Like the time Little Miss Naughty was hired to work in the kitchen, she mixed mustard into the custard, custard, which gave head chef Bossy a hot surprise when she did her rounds with her tasting spoon. Another time was when Mr. Bump did the washing up. At the end of every day, the very last customer to arrive at Chatterbox Cafe was Mr. Lazy, who ordered breakfast. But everyone had to agree that Chatterbox Cafe was a roaring success, particularly if you like to chat. And everyone likes a chat, don't they? Everyone except for Mr. Quiet.